How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hello and welcome back to Arcanum Gaming. My name is Richie. Today we're back with another episode for No Time, and today we've got an update that we're going to go ahead and take a look at the update notes for the game, and then take a brief look at some of the new content. Probably not going to do a whole lot today. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. Since this is one of the series that I don't typically record too far in advance. I'm just not feeling super great right now, so we're not going to do a long episode today, but we'll explore it more next week. But right now, let's take a look at the update notes. All right, here we are. This is the second to last major update in the alpha development of the game. Or it says alpha update. I thought we were in... I thought open access was considered beta, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so it's version 0.979, so we've only got one big update after this one before the game gets its official full release. So we have the 3000 AD update. So what was the current farthest we could travel in time? Was it 2300 or 22 something? I don't remember exactly. Either way, so we've got 3000 AD, a new side quest, the arena, whatever that is, and a custom robo. Is that going to be like the training bot or something? Okay. Well met, time travelers. These past 2 months have been chiseling away at the second to last alpha update. So here we are. Official release for the update was September 8th. But we're just getting to looking at it now. Oh, the update notes weren't posted till the 10th, so anyway, I haven't played since the update has gone live. So what do we have here? So 2300 AD, training academies and arena are added, robotics smithy added, craft your own robot. I think that's a typo, or unless that's the name of it. We got an antique store has been added to the North District. Okay. Disco bar added to the North District. High-rise apartment room added to Market District. Hover bikes and trader added. Hover bikes, that sounds interesting. Then here, 2400 AD. Table added. Safe house object. Sky milk introduced as beverage of choice for the 2500s. Sky milk. Is it going to be like the blue alien milk from Star Wars? 2600 AD, sun begins to darken. 2700, clone warriors attack. Spoiler alert. And HRE in the 28th century. Interesting. Crafting alternate input variations have been added for some recipes. For instance, the old or new radio are unified. You can use 3 metal rods instead of a metal rod pack for base of actions quest. Ability to craft modify custom robots. Black powder and ingredients have been added. Black powder, okay. Does that mean we're going to have like real guns? Like muskets and stuff? I don't know. Space-time device added as a craftable blueprint after Act 3 on the Aurora. Okay. What else do we have here? So there's a breakdown of a whole bunch of fixes. We're not going to read all of those out. Exploration and interaction. Space-time device now shows functional data about your location. Tooltip added for custom equip. Okay. Hint added to press space to leave. See your computer. Okay, it's just a bunch of little minor things that looks like changes. Performance and visuals. I'm not going to read that out. You guys can check that out for yourself if you'd like. We're mostly just focused on actual implementations of things to the game. Fixes there. Guys, I upgraded your time conductor. Guess where you're headed? 3033 AD. Now I believe that is the new endpoint. It's the farthest out that you can time travel. So we're going to check that out. News, art, and some of the GIF media was submitted by Odebla. Time travel and the end of the third millennium. Okay, yeah. So the time travel cap is now 3033 AD. Seapan Island grew into a city island with several districts dotted around the island. Most of them can be visited after 2300 AD. So we got the Stargazer Place, interesting, built on Mount Ororu, one of its smaller peaks peeking out through the floor of the palace. Visit the new Palace of Leadership in the city, open to the public. The Market District. Now this scene here kind of reminds me of the beginning of Knights of the Old Republic, the first one. Kind of looks like Terrace's upper city there, with the walkway, and then the buildings are kind of reminiscent of the shape of the buildings on Terrace. Here you can find all kind of interesting futuristic items to gain and places to visit. The North District. Amongst the local pubs, the place contains the antique shop. Okay, you can sell all kinds of items for money. So we can sell old stuff for money. That's cool, I'm guessing. The harbor, there's a spaceship taking off from there. That's interesting. The domain of the fisher folk, as well as a nice vista for the spaceport. Alright, the arena here. So far in AD 1600 post 2300, you'll be able to earn your money by beating down waves of opponents. Okay. Just like a gladiator ring or something. The last author. At the end of 2999, you will be able to visit the last author. He lives on top of Stargazer Palace. The Empire has crumbled. Is there any hope for what is to come? Interesting. Time art heading off into space. Is this going to be some kind of a tie-in to Critical Mass? Or something like that? I know there's been talk in the Discord about the development of a space-styled game. I don't know if it's further development of Critical Mass or a game that's that's completely different, that's kind of incorporating some of that. I wonder if this is kind of a tease at that. Let me know if you guys know. The starport, hub of going between the Earth, the Moon, and perhaps beyond. Begs the question, would you like to go with your time machine or rocket beyond Earth? Maybe in some update after the game is fully released, being able to insert the space core instead of the time core into the car. Same way it works for the space gate. What are your thoughts? Could this work in a similar way to world add-ons? I don't know. Okay, make your own robo-companion. Pick the main robo module, assemble your own robo-companion from various parts. Okay, so we can build ourselves a robot, droid, whatever you want to call it. They cannot do much yet, but definitely a nice addition as a companion on your time travel adventures. If you have ideas for robo features, write them in the comments. I don't know, maybe nice if they could maybe have some storage, depending on you know, what kind of modules you build into them. So you could store miscellaneous things like, you know, keys and notes and stuff that you pick up throughout the game that you might need in the future, but don't necessarily want to be cluttering up your inventory with. Or, you know, just carry other things like fuel or, you know, spare fusion or fission cores or something like that. Also, if they could, you know, have some kind of a laser weapon to help out with some of the combat-oriented missions, that'd be nice. Music for 3000 AD. Added music from my older Star Wars project to give the future a more mystical feeling. Okay, that's cool. Music files were originally composed by Gustav Holst, recorded in the United States Air Force Heritage of America Band, therefore under public domain. Gustav Holst also served as inspiration for John Williams' scores, so it may give you some similar feels. Okay, that's cool. Black powder. That is definitely a grenade. If you find a bounty in the sewers, you can obtain a new crafting recipe. Bounty in the sewers. Interesting. Okay. Bob is missing. There are rumors, 1650s, that a local named Bob got lost exploring the sewers. Perhaps you can find him. Okay, I'm guessing that's the new side quest then? 1650s. I'm not going to write this down right now, but I'll have to remember that for a future video. Alternate input for crafting recipes. Yep, we saw this already. So 2 separate recipes, now did one. Yep, okay, environment aging. Tested some texture applications to reveal aging on older structures so that very old buildings would not look so pristine and new, but age in surface looks over time. That's cool. Definitely like that. Very, very fitting. Next update, planned as follows. Entering into beta and beyond. So the final quest and beta release, and then next year, expecting beta 2.3, not sure what that means, and then gold release update. I'm not sure what gold release update means. Leaving early access. Okay. I'm guessing that means that, I don't know, that's going to be some kind of polish on the game, and then gold release, that means the actual official leaving early access. So that's going to be next year then. Okay. List may not include all features planned to be revisited and fixed, but I do have a full beta bucket list formed for 2026. So the last story quest, and with that the end of alpha. Beta update number 1 will be performance potentially migrating to a newer Unity version. Item management, quality of life, potentially a revamp of the tutorial level, if not later, extensive bug solving. Item management sounds interesting. I know I've mentioned in the past how I was hoping, in game to have things function where if you were already holding an item in your hands and you had an empty inventory slot, maybe you could pick something up and instead of dropping what you're currently holding, just have it go to the next available empty slot. I don't know if maybe that's what we're talking about here. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Author, maybe. I don't know if that's possible, again, with how the game is built at this stage of development, but I guess we'll see what item management looks like in the future. Fingers crossed. The game's fine the way it is, no major complaint, but just one of those things that would be, just saying. All right, 2026. Okay. Beta update number 2, finishing the multiplayer and more bug fixing, potential story rewrites. Story rewrites is interesting. I wonder what that would entail. I think something that would be nice. I don't know how it would necessarily work or fit in, but maybe add in an early game quest that deals with the gasoline thing, since that was added so late into the development of the game, that maybe, like I said, have at the beginning of the game maybe your gas tank remain like infinite like it used to, and then have in the early Act 1 quest line when you're getting the hover conversion and things like that, maybe get introduced to the gasoline mechanic by quote-unquote running out of gas, and then author being like, well, you need to make sure that you keep your tank full or something like that. Maybe that would be involved, or maybe there's something else he's thinking about, not really sure. Beta update number 3. Again, this is speculation, so just thinking out loud here. Beta update number 3 would be bug fixes, last touches, and all is done. Maybe adding planting trees. Okay. Gold status is reached. No time leaves early access, goes into the post early access content phase. With more updates to come on a regular basis, but once every 2 to 3 months. Thank you for supporting my work this whole time. God bless and enjoy the update. And then this is just like a breakdown of like every specific thing, which if you want to pause and read over this, you're more than welcome to, but I'm not going to go through every single line again. Most of this we already covered, I think. So yeah, this is getting exciting. We're probably less than a year away from full release of the game. After how many years has it been now? 5, 6? 6 years in development? Something like that. So yeah, let's jump in. Let's maybe jump into the sandbox. Take a quick look at some of the stuff. In the late 2000s era, the beginning of the 3000s, and then we'll probably call it for today, and we'll do more in-depth dive into this, or just continue along the story next week. Not really sure yet. All right, guys, here we are. We are in the game. I went ahead and got our car set up here. Got us a little bit of money, and now we are going to head into the far future. We're currently in 2015. We're going to be jumping to, what time did I set? 2750. We're just going to take a quick look around there, and then we're probably going to jump into somewhere in the 3000s. And like I said, we're just going to take a quick look today, and then we will take a more in-depth look next time, or when we get there in the storyline, depending on what I'm feeling like next week. But for now, let's go ahead and time travel
Infinity and beyond
into the future.
Till we reach the edge of the stratosphere.
All right. Reactor on, and let's go. Oh, we got a new currency type. Whoa. All high-rise buildings. That's pretty cool. It's a good thing we didn't try to time travel on the ground. We definitely would have crashed. Yeah, this was where we were at. We would have transported inside of this building, it looks like. Also, if the car seems to be speedier than usual, it's because I did replace the gasoline engine with the fusion engine. Alright, let's get up into the sky here and see what all this looks like from up above. A lot of city. Very nice. Oh, what is that there? That's the track field, just like up on top of a building now? Clock tower there, I'm guessing that's the town square there, the courthouse. Let's fly over there and check that out. Pine City Old Historic District. Oh, look at that little elevator thing there. Whoa, somebody's shooting at us? The heck? How rude. Pine City Bank. This is fancy. What is that? A pizza parlor there? Is Author's Place still here somewhere? Shouting. Oh look, taxis. That's cool. Okay, we should probably get out of here before somebody blows us up. What is that? Like a pendulum? Interesting. Alright, let's jump back into the cockpit here. And let's pick another date. Let's go May 6th, 3030. 8 o'clock. Reactor on, and here we go. Oh. Awfully dark here for 8 in the morning. city looks pretty similar to me. Why is it so dark? Did we just pick a weird day? It said something in the update notes about the sun getting darker. I wonder if that's what's going on here. Some very tall trees there. There's the old bridge. Looks defunct now. Here are those buildings that I said kind of look like the ones on Terrace in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Pretty fancy there. You know, let's land. Let's do one more thing. Let's time travel a little bit, obviously in the future, but not quite as far as we went this second to last time. Let's go to like, I don't know, 2500. How about? Oops. Okay, gotta jump out though and swap out our fusion cell. With a fresh one here. And let's go August 16th. What did I say? 2500? Reactor on. Should probably be flying just in case. That's better. Still very futuristic. Everything's very city-like, but at least it's nice and bright out. So I'm trying to remember what year it was in the update notes that said, you know, the future in the game that we know of, where it turned into this big cityscape. I don't remember exactly when it said it was. It's obviously not here. We're a fair bit past that. Let me take a look back at the notes there, see if I can see. 2300 AD, 2400. Sky Milk was added. Let's go back to 2300. See if we can... Whoa. Is that a spaceship? I know the update notes said something about going to the moon. And I believe that's part of the story quest, but we haven't gotten that far yet in our playthrough. That thing is going faster than we are. I wonder if we can catch up to it. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's not wander off too far. Oh dear. How do I turn on the auto stabilizer again? Hover auto leveling, there we go. Okay. One more time jump here and then we're gonna call it good. So let's say March 30th, 2389. Let's go 9 o'clock this time. Reactor on, and let's time travel. Okay, we still got the whole cityscape thing here. Seems to be quite a bit more activity, though. More cars flying about. What is that hovering over them? Is that like a pizza delivery? A hotel? Is that somewhere we can go inside? Alright, let's take a quick look around. Don't want to get too far away from the car, but... kind of odd there's no guard railings or anything anywhere, except for the bridge. What do we got over here? Oh, elevator. Liquid blue. Wine from the Southern Isles. Can't look at that one. Bread and cheese. There's a door we can open. Potentially, but I guess not. What we got here? Oh. Hello, receptionist. How can I help? Apparently you can't. Now, how do we get back to the car? It was this way. Okay, yeah, this is going to be quite a lot to go through and explore, which, like I said, we're not going to paper. Pine City today. Is the moon really a good spot to live on? More on page 2. Latest news edition 2121. Moon City is officially open to human settlers. Alright, so we can go to the moon. Which I'm pretty sure I knew already, like I said, but... that'll be coming in a future episode, I'm sure. Oh, lovely little tree here. Oh, this must be the City Hall. So the Pine City Bank there. The archives. Ooh, is this a teleporter? Sort of. It's like the gravity lifts in Halo. I'm pretty sure there's other games that have done it too, but that's just the first one that came to mind. Individual computer desks. Everything's digitized. This reminds me kind of the Jedi Library on Coruscant. Bookstand. With some pretty ancient text here. Empty archives bins here. What do we got over here? Cow Wars, maybe? Yeah. Wow. Something's glitching through the wall there. Very interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here for today, guys. Like I said, we'll take a closer look at some of this stuff next time, or we will continue the story. Not really sure which yet. Just depending on what I'm feeling later in the week when I get around to recording it. So for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the new update. I said, I haven't had a chance to explore much of it yet, but seems pretty awesome. Sweep Ectron. Okay. Hello, Cecilia Carter. Yep, alright, so that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Once again, let me know what you think, and catch you next week. Have a nice day.